The Elder Scrolls Online Update 48 has officially hit live servers for PC players as of yesterday, October 27th. Even though the changes in this patch are pretty light, we do still have some things to talk about. So, my name's Doc, your host for all things healing, and allow me to take just a few minutes out of your day to inform my fellow healers about what we can expect from ESO Update 48. Let's get into this. As we always do, let's start by talking about class and set balancing. Well, mainly class balancing. There are a couple more things in the live update than there were on the PTS, but still, I'll be honest with you, the balancing section will be very light compared to previous updates, so just bear that in mind. In the general section, the biggest change I wanted to talk about was that potions, food, and drinks can now be used while channeling abilities. While healers don't have too many channeled abilities, being able to pop a potion while using Curative Surge, Rite of Passage, or especially Trample is such a nice change, and I really appreciate it. For class-specific abilities, the Apocryphal Gate skill from the Curative Runiform skill line, that's the portal for those that may not know by name, will now properly grant you Crux even if you're sprinting through the portal. Also, one slight change for you Necromancer mains out there, all Necro summon abilities, so for healers mainly Spirit Mender, will now properly interact with the pet limitation rules, so they'll flush out existing summons and corpses rather than just failing outright. For weapons, the Restoration Staff light attacks no longer return as a healing ability, and that was everything for balancing, at least as it pertains to healers. There were some other minor things in there as well, but it's mostly just bug fixes in this patch, so I don't think anyone's builds will change. As I mentioned in my PTS video, I am a bit surprised that there's so few balance changes happening. With all the discourse surrounding the state of DPS builds, I'll admit that I was expecting something a bit more substantial. But hey, we'll see what happens when Update 49 eventually rolls around. For now, let's move on to our new content. As of the time of writing the script, the battle for the Writhing Wall is still in full swing. Most platforms are approaching the end of Phase 1, and I imagine by the time I actually post this, a lot of platforms will have moved on to Phase 2. If you'd like to know more about what to expect in Phase 2 and 3, feel free to check out my event guide over the Writhing Wall. As soon as Phase 3 concludes and the Writhing Wall is breached, all Content Pass owners will be able to access the eastern half of Solstice. As soon as you get over there, you can expect to find some quests, a few delves, a new public dungeon, a few world bosses, new crafted sets, and sky shards. On top of that, there will be 34 new achievements, with some of those achievements and quests rewarding you with titles, mounts, dyes, and skins. When it comes to new sets, there really isn't anything that healers would want to keep an eye out for. Xanmir Genesis seems like an okay set because you could keep pretty decent uptime on it by using Elemental Blockade, but it is also a recovery set, so I don't foresee many healers using this. Next, let's move on to our miscellaneous things. So there's the unsheathing timing update, which makes unsheathing your weapon faster in combat. I didn't really have any strong feelings one way or the other about unsheathing timing, so you guys let me know if this was a change that you really enjoy or care about. There's also the combat animation memory reduction, which should hopefully just make the game feel a little more optimized and smooth to play. I'm always in full support of any form of optimization, so it's nice to see ZOS continue to take steps towards making the game run well. Up next is the update to the leaderboards as well. The change has made it so that leaderboards are now account-based rather than character-based, with class-specific leaderboards being removed entirely. They are continuing to look at leaderboards to make the experience more streamlined in the age of subclassing. To account for this, ZOS has increased the amount of people featured on the leaderboard, and to the best of my knowledge, there's no changes in the reward structure, so it should feel mostly like normal. Like with the unsheathing timing, I didn't really have any strong opinions on leaderboards. From what I've seen online, a lot of people do seem pretty happy about this change, so let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Finally, We've got the usual housing stuff, general bug fixes, etc. Nothing that I want to spend too terribly much time on. Of course, though, I'll link the patch notes in the description if you'd like to read them for yourself. And I think that just about does it for a healer's coverage of ESO Update 48. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. I know that this video was a little shorter compared to a lot of my other patch notes coverage, but this is a pretty light update. If anything changes, I'll definitely make sure to let you guys know. But you guys let me know your opinions of Update 48 in the comments. Don't forget to check out the link in the description so you can follow me on stuff and join my Discord server. Before we head out, I also want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters Tyler Scott, Dylan Stewart, Sharni Lee, and Carlos Camacho, as well as my YouTube members King Gingy, Durgy, insert username, Timeburn, Malcolm Ewing, Daytripper, and Lorelei. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you guys. I think all I've got left to say is that I've been Doc. Take care of yourselves, be good to others, don't forget to get your costumes ready for this weekend, and I will catch y'all in the next one.